Hello, welcome to this video. So today is day two of improving our medical app. So in the previous episode, we actually added this feature. The out of three features we had implemented in our previous video. The first feature, which was doctor sending external emails, and we added this perfectly and efficiently into the app. So in today's video, we're just adding the second feature. As you can see, the two remaining features are really huge ones and advanced. We're starting with one of adding the built-in video, as this is the most core functionality of the whole entire app. So adding in this one, so the client actually provided the API to use, which was 100 ms. It was my first time actually to hear this API. So in today's video, we are actually trying to really start like reading the documentation together and trying to actually implement this in the medical app. So after 2 hours, actually, I think 3 hours of debugging and trying to do this, we actually finally implemented this smoothly. And I want to demo for you how this actually came out. So right now I'm already logged in as a patient. Okay. And I'm just going to go here and I book a doctor. So I'm just going to look for Dr. Asuman, the use case we have been using. Just going to click on any of this one and takes us to the doctor's page. Let's go ahead and book any date, 30th, and let's just go ahead and book anytime, 2 p.m. and let's book. I'm just going to go ahead and fill in some details as required. You can of course upload the medical documents if you can, but I'm just going to leave them. I'm just going to go ahead and complete this. So when you complete the appointment, we're just going to use this API to actually generate a meeting link. So we generate a meeting link and then we save it in the appointment for both the doctor and the patient to join the meeting when that date comes. So if I complete here this is going to behind the scenes now create the meeting link, and now we can just be directed to this one, and you can see now the meeting we just like did of Monday, September 30th, 2 p.m. is here, and you can see here we have join the meeting. Now we are so anxious if I click this button. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the button, which is join the meeting, assuming the September 30th has reached. And now this client, of course, we can hide this button until this time reaches. And I'm just going to click on join the meeting. And this takes this meeting page. And I'm going to allow this. And as you can see, I have here the name of the patient, which is actually Miranda. You can see here. And if a doctor also joins from wherever he is also going to appear here. And this actually looks like this one. As you can see, I was trying to actually design exactly like this because I really like this dark interface. It was really looking great, and it is so close and it looks really nice. Okay, so this is what we did in this episode, and I'm really so happy that we came up to this point. So if you want to dive in and see how we implemented this, by the way, you can also leave the meeting and it takes you back to the dashboard. So this was really, really nice. So if you want to see how we implemented this, let's dive in. Welcome back. So this is the day two of our starting on this medical app update. So in the previous video, we actually implemented the doctor sending external emails and it was successfully implemented. In today's video, just going to actually try implementing one of the most actually challenging features, which is actually adding built-in video calls. I'm just going to use 100 ms API, and this API wasn't my choice. It was the client who decided actually which API we should use. And to be sincere, actually, I have not used this API, and I'm even not sure if we'll pull off in this video because I'm not trying to be so much expectant. I think what we can do is we could try to go to the docs and actually try to implement what we can in today's video, and we'll just figure out from there. So yeah, the person told me the API to use, and then the rest is we have to figure it out together. So this is the API. I have already started the app here on localhost 3000, and the what I want is to see how we are going to get started. So this is the the 100 ms. The first thing you need if you're just going to integrate these APIs, of course, is just to go ahead and read about what that API is doing. First of all, first to know if actually this API will solve your problem. You might just spend time and hours on the API, and you might not find that your use case is a use case they are considering or they work on. So you have to be very careful before you start using the API. So yesterday, after creating in the evening, I was going through this API, trying to read about it to know what it does. But you can see the use cases they have: video conferencing with customizable video experience, and I think we want video conferencing. And when you just go down here, they say get one-on-one calling to massive streams. So they talk about more they go ahead and talk about more real-time video calls. And when you click, actually we also want something like this. Actually, this one is one which gave me the energy. I don't know if this was a really UI or something they generated, but if you click on know more from this one, you see you are going to this video call SDK. And the nice thing is they have here use cases. For instance, by default, they have this is the business where you are having like a meeting with your workers and so on and so forth. They have education. Okay. They have education. And then the good one is they have healthcare. And at the end of the day, I think something we are looking all after is actually this. Okay. To have an interface, and I will be really recording if we can actually get something like this. You have the video, you have this is exactly what we want at the output. I'm not sure how to get to this point, but we'll figure out. That's what developers being a developer is for. So that's the one thing. Another thing you can just look at is the pricing. Normally, if you just go to use the API, the first thing is to use the pricing. The good thing is they give you really 10,000 minutes per month for free. And I think most of these are the ones they give you. And then afterwards, they will charge you after surpassing this. You might end up paying this per minute. Okay. Yeah. But the fact that this was the client who suggested this API, maybe I will not mind so much because he's a developer too. So he at least in maybe made the research and he found this one is, the cheaper option. I'm just going to go with that. Okay, so now he started seeing how we are going to get started. Normally is if you just go here, is that they always have these documentations. And I also tried to go ahead and go like on YouTube. Okay, normally you can just also go on YouTube It is not heavily used with Next.js. I think they have one template for live events. You can just go there and you search, for instance, 100 ms API, something like this. You will find these videos. You can see I've watched them. I've really tried to see what these, but all these ones actually the use cases they are doing here is not the use case we wanted. Okay, like you can see that the the thing wasn't what I want. You get if you say like with Next.js, um all these things which are here, you will see that there is no anything to do with Next.js with 100 ms API. So that is when you actually know that you are on your own to implement this. Yeah, but we'll just try to see if we can just pull this one off. So I'm just going to go and I was saying you can just go here to developers and they have the documentations, and here everything you need to build scalable high quality video experiences. So they have different SDKs. So they have like, yeah, the configured SDKs for Android, iOS, Flutter, React Native, and web. So when you click on web, you will see that they will take you to this JavaScript SDK. So they have this JavaScript SDK they have. And if you continue here, you can see they have different use cases here. There is JavaScript SDK, and down here it is actually a quick start guide. Okay, so they have here a React, and you're just going to be using this one. So you can see get started. They have the prerequisites. You can see you need to install the dependencies, and you have to install the React SDK at latest. Okay, then initializing the SDK, you can see this will let us use the hooks for states and all this. You see you have to go ahead and do this. And then they have here the explaining the concepts, what they mean. Joining a room is what they think we need, really. It is a big thing that we need to understand very well. So at least here they just have the introduction, at least what you have understood right now, that we need to install this SDK. Okay, and then there is initializing the SDK. So you say let us start with initializing the libraries. We need to wrap the entire application with the HTML room provider component. This will let us use the hooks for state and actions. So this one's going to be, I guess, in the layout. Okay, and you have to understand, like most of these providers, you may find they actually just use unused client, so we might just actually create a component for this. So then there is concepts. So the concepts here, they have just talked about is HMS store will hold the complete state of application, such as details of all the participants. We can visualize this using the DevTools extension. Will help us perform actions such as joining room, muting, and so on. So you can see these HMS actions concepts. There is a room, there is a peer, which is a participant, and there is a track. There are two types of tracks, the audio track and the video track. When someone is speaking, like is like streaming the video, that is like the video track. And I think the most important one is this concept of joining a room. So join a room, which is just like actually video call. We need to call the join method on this and require to pass the config object. The config object must be passed the following for the username, the name of the user. This is the value that will say to be set on the peer object and visible to everyone on to the room. I think in that case, if I just go back here, and I go here, and I just go to healthcare, So the username is these ones you're seeing here, these ones here. Okay, they're the ones they are talking about. And then there's auth token, a client-side token that is used to authenticate the user. Okay, in order to create auth token on client, we require a room code. A room code is a unique encrypted short code generated by 100 MS for a given role and room. It is represented by this. For more details, refer to this. We'll go there. And for our application, let us correct the username and room code fields from a user using a form. Let's create a join form component and add it to the application. So if you just look here, basically they have an input asking for the username. Okay. And then the room code. Okay. So you can see here they have join here, and then handle join. You can just get here, getting the code and everything. Okay. So that is joining the room. Let's do this. So they have here the join form. You can see how it looks like. Leaving the room, adding video titles. Okay. And here they let's take a moment to discuss how HS works. The statement instance of the video calls, which includes the list of pairs, and is also reactive, which means any company using the register will these changes. So you have here the confluence, which is actually having the peers. Then you have the pair.jsx, use video, and then okay, muting. Okay. Here is the complete example. Okay, so I think this is what they provided. I think it's not a bad start. Okay, really, it's not. It's a good start. Okay, so after searching this, of course, this is why we bring in uh, our AI and so on. So I have my ChatGPT here and Cloud here, and I went ahead and I asked the ChatGPT a question like to implement this. I gave it some steps, and you can see here to implement video conference integration. You need something like this. The first one is create an account and get the API keys. Now, I wasn't seeing actually this step. In this, we aren't seeing anywhere they are actually requiring us to have like API keys. In the we need to have the API keys to be able to generate things programmatically. Okay, so we need to have the creating an account and actually getting that. And then you have to install the SDK. Okay, now it is actually saying you can install this 100 live video React. I don't know now. Uh, this with the one they actually gave us, they are somehow different. That's why you get started getting now confused. You can just go ahead and just, for instance, search here like this. Actually, they have it. Okay, I don't know this one. Important, and you can see duplicated. Before even anything, this one was duplicated. Okay, note that this library is duplicated and is no longer actively maintained. If you are starting a new project, please use the React SDK. So those things are very good to research. You might be using AI and everything, but you can see you can easily actually stumble on these kind of blocks. So just actually when you're just using these, put a sort thing in it. They're telling me this. First go and look up this package and just research about it. Like, is it still there? Is it like, can I read the documentation about it? So you can see now they actually want you to use this one. So at least now we know this, it is actually the same one they tell you in the documentation here. Okay, so we can just go ahead and these I just copy it from here. Just going to install this as my first step. Just going to open this and let me open a new tab. I'm just going to go ahead and install this. Okay, so let's say next step. Okay, so going back here after installing this one, you need to set up environmental variables. Now, if you just go to this here, you can just see the usage. Okay, add this provider at the top level of your component. Why you want to use the hooks? Without this hook, these hooks will throw an error. So you can see you have to go ahead and use this. So which in the docs actually is very clear that you have to initialize the SDK, and you have to put this at the highest level. So if you just go back here in our app, it has installed very well. So normally what I'm just going to do is where we have, for instance, there is where we have things like context, and not this one. There is where we have, for instance, I think that component, we can first go to our app and then layout. Okay, so it is supposed to actually just be here. What I'm not so sure is one, okay, if this is requires use client or not. Okay, there is why you put it in this and you find it is requiring use client, the way you see the context. So I'm just going to go to this where we have providers, is where I'm just going to put this here. So let's just go ahead and copy this. I'm just going to go ahead and put this here. And you can say important, and then you can just go here where we have this. Okay, so copy that, and inside this session provider, I can just like paste this. So I can just simply copy these two, and I'm just going to paste them inside this. Okay, so now we have this HRS ROM provider surrounding our app. So that is a nice step. And at this point, I have to check if we are still like not having any errors. So just go ahead and reload the page. No errors. Okay, so moving on, I'm just going to go ahead with this. So this is how they talk about the this whole concepts of the rooms and blah blah. Okay. Okay, so you're just going to go here and see what this one say. So we need somehow to get these. Here is saying you need to get the next public HMS API key and this secret key. So this is the point I think while we create, we go ahead and create an account. So I'm just going to go here. There is a dashboard here. So you can just go into right click and then go to the dashboard. I don't have actually an account right now. I'm just going to get one. You can use GitHub or use this one. I'm just going to go ahead and just use this. Okay, just choose an account, continue. Okay, so I am in, I guess. Yeah, so you can just say here, welcome on board, get started with this. Okay, they have here use cases. They say pick your use case and then like we help you configure it. I wonder like if this can be expandable. Like it feels like is really okay. They have live streaming, which is not what we want. We want video conferencing, which is here. Configure. Okay, so you can see here experience. Select the role and choose the way you want to join the room. So you can see here there is host. I don't know if I'm just the one this thing here. And you can see these are the ones things we want. For instance, they select the role to join. There is a host and then there is a guest. So the host role is the master role and allows the users to moderate a room along with publish and subscribe permissions. Okay, so you can see experience as a host and then copy the invite link. I believe like if you just copy like this invite link. And this is exactly what you want, like a meeting link. Oh, allow. Okay, so the interface doesn't look bad. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one and go back. Okay, so we need the host and then the guest. Okay, the guest role allows the user to engage in the room with the publishing these ones. Okay, so you can see this one. So this is of course what you want at the end of the day. By then you say here welcome on board. We can just like go to the dashboard. So you can see here they just like have create a room and choose a template and blah blah. But actually we want to have these ones created programmatically, not just for us to be creating them manually, because these events are going to be programmatically after booking. So what one I think is like maybe another developer here. I think the user experience is also not good. Okay, so you can see here when you click on the developer side, they actually give you the um, management token. I don't know what that one even uses, but we have app access key and app secret. Did these actually talk about these ones? Yeah, there is secret key and the access key, so which is the API key. So I'm just going to go and I just copy these two, just copy them, and let's go to the env, and let's go here down. Just going to go ahead and put these ones. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and copy them. Where are they? So copy this, the access key. Just put here. And let me just copy this here. App secret. Of course, these ones are for the test. Okay, great. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this. So I have the two keys, and by the way, like I don't know if yes they need to be public or not at this point, but you can see like this is next public. Okay, next public HMS API key and HMS secret. Okay, it's okay. Whichever values. So this one is going to be used like on the back end, and this is for use going from the front end. Okay, there is also these other ones. Username. Credentials are required to use a SIP interconnect. I think this one we don't need it at the point. Okay, so we have the step 3, create a secure token generator API. So to create a secure tokens for joining rooms, you need to implement a backend route to generate these tokens. This ensures that only authorized users can join meetings. So you can see here, it has this. So of course, we're not going to use the APIs. I believe we can use, we're just going to use actions. So I'm just going to go to actions. I can just close everything here. I'm just going to go to actions, and I just create a new action. And just going to just say, I think we called it HM what? Something to do is HMRS or something. HMS. So they use HMS, or you could just call it 100.ts, but I'm just going to say HMS.ts, just like this. And the first thing to put is use server. Okay, so this is just like the one actually at the backend. Okay, so you can see here we need JWT. So I can just go ahead and see what they were doing here. So I'm just going to copy this. In fact, okay, just go down here and then you can just paste this. Okay, so you have to install the JWT, JSON Web Token. They use JSON Web Tokens behind the scenes. So just go ahead and paste this here. Okay, so this is okay. Just npm install this. Npm install JSON Web Token. I'm just going to copy that, and then on this, okay. Let me first move this a little bit up, just like this. Okay, so here we just have this. We might just not need this, the response, and so on and so forth. We'll just remove these ones. So basically, this is going to be this needing the form. So I just call this something like, since it was taking us from, let me remember, it was just like API tokens. So this one is, if you remember here, is to create token generate secure token. So you can just say here generate, you can just say export async function. Just going to call this generate secure token, just like this. And this one is going to take in token data. Okay, just going to say Control C, maybe data, which is going to have let's just come here and we say interface, and you can just call it this interface token data, and then I'm just going to actually bring these ones and then paste them here. And this one is going to be a string. I believe username is going to be a string. Role is going to be a string. Okay, so this one, it seems like you need to install the types. Is it? Let me see. Yeah. So whenever you see DT, that means you need to install the types. So just go ahead and copy this. Okay. Whenever you see like you install the package and doesn't, just know you have to install the types. So I'm just going to come here. You have to pass in this data is going to be of type token data, something like token data here. And then this is going to be gotten from the data, just like that. Okay, so you can see are sent from the client. So these ones are sent from the client. Okay, so you can see here secret, we get it secret, and then the API key, we get it from Next Fabric. So we have all these ones actually. Okay, if no secret or API, so here is to return an error. So you can just create an object, you say return. Okay, you can just return an object which has error like this. We can just also go ahead and put other things, for instance, status 500 and maybe data of no, something like this. Okay, and then try generate a token. So you can see JWT. It will take in the room ID, username, and the role, and then the secret, okay, which we have, and then algorithm, and then here just going to return response, the token. So you can just return here, actually token null. So I'm just going to copy this value one. Okay, you can see here we have status of 200. I'm just going to say return this. Error is going to be null. Okay, error is going to be null. Status of 200, and then token is going to be token. So like this. I can remove this because at the end of the day, we're just going to return the token. And if there's any problem, we're just going to also return something like this. So just go down here and let's go here and just copy this token generation failed. This is the error put here. We can remove these. Okay, so we have our first function, generate secure token that takes in room ID, username, and the role. Okay, that seems like to be okay now. Moving on. Done. So this API will generate the token using JW2 when called with these three hosts for doctors. And you can see here, for instance, the doctors will have host, and then the guest, they are the patients, and that is the on the roll. Okay. So create an API route to create a room. So we have another one, create room. So I will do the exact same thing. Just going to copy this. Okay. Just scroll down here. We'll have another function here which will create the room. So this is going to be exports async function, create room. It will take in also the data. You can see text in the room name only actually. So just actually instead of doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and pass in the room name. Just copy this room name. It's going to be a string. Just move this. Make sure, yeah, the spelling. Okay, so you get the secret, and then you can see we're just like going to this HTTPS 100 ms live v2 rooms, and actually there is what they have like this these APIs somewhere. They have these if you just go to the docs, there is why. So I don't remember where, but these what they have. I think the API is somewhere. Mm, this is what they have there, like the creating things and so on and so forth. What server side? What is server side? Okay, so you can see here they have the API. Okay, so on the API you can see this is live, then v2. So you can see here, actually to put in the right one, v2 in rooms. And when you just come here, there is where they tell you to actually run this in Postman. So I would recommend you just go ahead, and they have all these. Could run this in Postman. So what they do is you just try to write this in the Postman. They actually go ahead and fork the entire of their APIs. So all these are the APIs they have. I went ahead and I forked this. You can see they forked this for me. And then the rooms, you can see, for instance, create a room. It is actually v2. So if you just hover on the host, you can see it is v2 rooms. Okay. So you have to create with a room. But what I'm wondering, as you can see here, they want a room name. I believe a room name must be like unique. That's why they are putting like a timestamp on it. I'm not so sure if like this is really necessary, because here on the room, you can see here you actually just need this one. Also, I used a predefined template. There is here default template. I think we just go and look at the templates. Okay, by the you can see you have the room name, the description, and then this. Now I don't know how we are going to create. I'm not so sure if this name, the name of the appointment room. Okay, these ones we need to create them. I think like also to have a function that is going to create unique room names for each time we want to do this. But you can see here, actually this is what you need: the name, description, and the template ID. And here it is saying is a template. I'm not so sure in that case, because here they're saying template ID. Let me just see. If you go to developer here, for instance, make API calls. I know how here just like uh, make API calls to this get, create, post. Um, I'm not so sure about the template and the template ID. This is why they have templates here. Visit ID default. I think just give like the default or something. This guest and everything. Host. We just like use the default settings. Really. What are templates? A template is the blueprint of the room. It defines the settings of the room along with the behavior of users within it. Okay, so we're just going to leave it at that. Let's just first leave it like having it this way. So let's just continue with this one. So we just create, go to this, saying they can see the secret. And then we have this doctor patient appointment room default. Let's just leave it like that. The room data is await response rejection. And if the response is okay, so we have to return this. So since we are in this one, we're just going to create this. I'm just going to go ahead and say return. So it's going to use return. It's going to do this room and just going to accompany with status of 200, just like this. Similarly, if there is, so since we have error just like error to be null. And then for this, it's going to be exactly the same thing. Okay, so status of 500. Then the error is also taking in room data. So room data. And then room ID is going to be null. So here, just say null. Okay, so I can just go ahead and remove this. Okay, and then if there is this one, still we have the same thing. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, paste it here, return room null, status 500, and error is room creation failed. Okay, so just good. Now we have the create room function, which is going to be nice. Seems like we're heading in the right direction. So now we start here, we have create the appointment flow. It's in on the front end. When the patient makes a payment and books an appointment, you will need to call the create room API route to generate the room and later call the token API to generate a secure token for the doctors and the patient. Let's start with create a room. So this is appointment page. We have the two things that we have in state. Now, this is the point, I guess, when you go to, let's go to the app. So this is a point where just go ahead and click on the doctor. So I need to log in as a patient. Do I have even any details for the patient? Log out. We'll go and create an account. Anyways, let me just first log out. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead straight to go to this doctor's man. Just click on any of these ones, I think. and I just going. Okay, it has already opened. Okay, so we have this. Um, so there is a point when you book everything. So let's say click on this. Mm, okay, so book. You need to go ahead and log in. So let's just go ahead and log in here. Did you just like take me just to the login direct? Let's create. I remember as if we had an account, like a patient or something. I'm not so sure if we need just create like one thing. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and create an account. I don't still remember like anything we used for the patient. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and just sign up here. Can I use a fake feeder here? Copy this phone number, leave it. I'm just going to use the password of this. Go ahead and sign up. So I'm just going to go ahead, go to mail item. Okay, so it is here the email. I copy this, go back to the app. Let's verify this one, submit verify. Okay, let's log in. Uh, just go here to the part. This is this. Going back here, just have this. Okay, so login successful. It has no. So I'm just going to go back to this. I think we just need to put the back URL. I think I will implement that. Like if a person finishes, suppose take them back to the page where they were on previously. Okay, so you're back here. Now we just have logged in. You have selected, so you just go ahead and select here sometime. Doesn't matter the time. But if we just go next, so this is a point where a person fills in their details, right? I'm just going to go ahead and the um I wonder why at this point we are not using like these details already, like for instance email address to fill in some basic information. Just like we did this. Let's just go and see where we have that. Just go to the front and then we just go to the doctors. It is join. Oh, it's join for the doctors. Just go to the doctors, then page. Okay, so they have this doctor detail page. Okay, I think this is where all the magic is happening. Okay. Okay, so you can see here we have actually, I think, the appointment props. We have our default ones from the, I think, from the appointment. If this person has the appointment, I wonder if we could, like some of these ones, we could just pull them from the logged in user. And we have here this session. I wonder we're getting the patient we have the patient. Where are we using this patient? Let me see. Then here, patient ID. Okay. You can see here that we could just use them in the default values. Let's say here, for instance, can we use like O? Let me just say O, and then you just say like patient dot email list, and then here is saying like null. So there is a possibility of null. Can we just like give this still? I know like you can you just even extend that? You could also just say as string. Yeah. Okay. So the first name. Okay. So for the first name, we could just say. How about saying that? By the way, let's first check this. Is this working? I'm just going to refresh. Go back. Get the page. Yeah. So you can see the email actually is there. So that's nice. So just prefill all of these ones. So this is going to be like a patient. So yes, I have to get the patient. Okay, dot. So just going to get the name because it's like the full name, and we'll just go ahead and split this. So I'm just going to say split dot name dot split, and we're just going to split at space like this, and then we'll go ahead and take the first one just like that. Okay, we just go ahead and take the first one, and for the last name we're just going to do the same thing. So copy this, put it in here. For the last name, just do like this, but just going to take the one. For the phone, we have nothing you can do. The phone is not direct on this. I wonder why. Do we have it on the patient? Let's see. Patient. Dot. No, we don't have it. I think we just like added it if you wanted, but let's just leave it empty. You can put in the phone. Occupation, these ones they are not there. Location and gender. Okay, those ones we can leave them. At least we can populate 3 of them. Now, if I go back, let's refresh to take back to this. Just copy this and this. Now you can see like the first name and last name, which is we have here Miranda Newton. Now at least they are populated. Now we can populate the remaining things. So at the end of the day, so what we wanted from this flow is you can see on the pay appointment is you need create a room, and then after that when you get the room you can see here create the room name data. So if there is a room ID, yeah, setting it here in the room ID, set the room link. So you can oh, so we have to create, of course we'll have this like this meeting, and then we have this room ID. That's like the room link. Oh, I get the point now. So where we have this, you can see in the appointment there is If you look at this one, you can see that this goes to try create an appointment. If you go to the appointment, you can see we have this patient, the user create appointment, the user that find unique. New appointment is on this appointment. Okay. You can see we have the link. This is what is this? This dashboard, doctor appointments, view. So if you just go to the appointment, I just want to go through it here in the schema actually. In the schema, just going to simply look for the appointment. Just is here. So if you look in the appointment, this appointment date, this or this, first name, last name, appointment, this, and there is this meeting link. Okay, we just actually have to change a little bit. These providers, we no longer need these providers. Now we have our provider. Okay, we have our provider now. The good thing can just, so you can now see like these 100 ms. I don't know if I just need to change this, but we can just say going to leave this. So meeting link is also there, and you can see by default is an empty string. So we just need to actually get this also into the doctor detail page. Okay, so we're using the appointment props. I can first go ahead and add that the meeting link actually is there. Okay, the meeting link is there, which is good. So you can just go back. Okay, so that's why we are going to go and create a state. Okay, we just have to go and create a state actually. So when a user actually submits that information, we could actually save it. Let me see what is being done here. What is being done is that you hit this API. It first actually generates a room, and then we'll use that room ID, as you can see here. And then the room ID is going to give us this thing here. Okay. I think for this, for the meetings, yeah, I'm just going to put them on the meet. Just first leave it like that. We'll see what will happen. Sorry for that. So let's just go continue. So what we do is we need this meeting link. So what we do is before doing all this, we need to first hit actually an endpoint before we do this. Okay, so since there is a possibility, um, mm, okay, so I'm just going to do this. So we need to go ahead, generate the room. Okay, get the room ID and get the room ID, and then use as a room ID. So use the room ID to generate the meeting link. Okay, just like this. So okay, just started by saying here, say const room is equal to await create room. So you can see we already have it in the actions. And now we just pass in the room. So here, I don't know if the room name need to be unique, because I just give it like the normal doctor patient room or something. I think what matters is the room. I will just ask it if it can generate like a special name. Can't we just like concatenate the doctor's name plus the patient's name? Doctor patient. Okay, just like generate it. I'm just going to go here and generate the name, const room name. Room name is equal to, so you could just go ahead and just say, for instance, we have both the doctor data and I think we have the doctor who has this doctor detail, the name. Uh, so you can just say, go here and say const doctor first name is equal to doctor. So you can just say doctor dot name dot split, and then you can just get the first one similarly to the patient first name, patient first name. It's going to be patient here. The patient dot name is possible or undefined. I don't know. But do we have patient somewhere? Yeah. There is where we had this. But here for some reason. Oh, okay. Just add. So here, please. Okay. So we can just say, for instance, this, the room name, we can just say doctor and do the doctor first name. Okay. Meeting. So you say Dr. Asman. Uh, dash, and then you put the patient name, Dola. Just going to say Dola here, and then you say patient first name, meeting appointment. So, appointment. I don't know if it need to be unique or putting like a timestamp. We'll just later on discover that. So just can come here, create a room here, just like this. So here we just go ahead and create a room. Then let's get a meeting link. So as you can see, they get this, and you can see this is after getting the room ID, response dot room ID, and then set room ID to data dot room ID. Okay, so let's just go ahead and generate this meeting link like this. So if You can just say uh, if room dot error. We could actually just go ahead and just return at this point. We could actually return, and we could just say alert. In fact, you say toast dot error, and you can just go ahead and say run dot error, and then you return from there. But if there is nothing, then you can just say const room id. Const room id is equal to, okay, the meeting link. Now we just need the meeting link. The meeting link is equal to this, sorry, yes, this, which is room dot room id. Yes, okay, yes, so leave it as a room. Okay, let's go this room data, and then you say room data, and then here is room data. So after getting the meeting link, now we can just do data dot meeting link is equal to meeting link, just like this. Now this data, by the time you send it to the appointment, create appointment, Dr. Mail, I don't know this, the whole thing of the link. Oh, I think it's the one we send in the one we send in the send mail here. The one thing is, oh, okay, so now appointment create and we pass in all the data. Good. Okay, let me go back here. Okay. Const up. What is that? Hey, this was appointment, I guess. Appointment is the rest of the data, and then like route push user appointments. Okay, great. So we have done our things here. You can see implementing the video call page. So when the patient or doctor visits the meeting link, which is like meeting room ID, your app will generate a token for them and allow them to join the meeting. So create a new dynamic route in the meeting. So you have to go to this because we actually created this meeting. So you can just go ahead and just say in the front, I'm just going to create a new thing here. First of all, to the meeting, and inside the meeting, we'll have this, which actually just needs to be, I think, the room ID. Yeah, just like that, room ID, just like this, and then slash page.tsx rfc, just like this. So here you just like receive this as params. So you can just say params And in these params, we are going to abstract the room ID, and you can just go here and say params, and then you say room ID, which is a string actually. So here, this is the meeting page. Okay. So there you just have like this meeting use effect get token. Wait. So this will have the one which is going to generate the token. Okay, let's first see is video call interface goes here and connecting to the room. Okay, so this is the page. I want just to see how they're using the token. So on this one is like we go when the patient or doctor visits the meeting link, your app we need to generate a token for them and allow them to join their own. So we have to generate this one, which is okay, and use the provider from the SDK to manage the video call. Okay. Which we already have, I think, wrapped throughout the whole entire app. So I'm just going to see how we get this, the room ID. That one is very easy. After getting the room ID, now there are so many other things that, so I'm just going to create a new thing that will take in this. I just want to make this one, leave it as a server side. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and create a new component. Maybe I'm just going to create a new here, which is going to be H what? HMS. Okay, so just to remember these components, I'm just going to create something like for the HMS. Okay, and then just come here in this, and I'm just going to create the meeting page, meeting page .tsx rfc. So the first thing is just going to take in the room ID. So you say here room ID, and this is going to be room ID, which is going to be a string. Okay, so all other things will remain. So I'm just going to copy all these UI, copy that. Okay, let's first copy these other things in the upper part. Sorry, up to this point, I guess. Okay, up this point here. So inside here, you can just add these. Then you can just get the return statement. We already have the provider. I don't think we just need to wrap that right now. Since we have it in this, I'm just going to simply put this connected and I see if this will work. So like we have this. Okay. Just first get these things here. Use effect. Then on here, I'm just going to put this. Use client. There is this room ID. Okay, we have another. We don't need to get it from here. And this one also means we don't need it. Now start using these actions. Let's first see why they're importing these ones from the SDK. Okay, they're just getting it from the other old thing. So you can just say get this from this H store. use state. Okay. Select is connected to the ROM. So what do we get this? Oh, it is also comes from the selected is connected to the ROM. This one is supposed also to be gotten from the, yeah. Okay. So you can see we get the actions is connected and then the token, we use the use effect. Now this one actually is hitting our endpoint, which was generate token. Okay, use the actual bean user's name and then the role here, guest or host for doctors. Okay, so that means we need also to give this as a role. Oh, we can't just actually get this. I'm seeing that. By the way, when you think about it, I don't know if all these things from this SDK are on the other side, but actually we just need to use this one. So just going to get as in await. So instead of this one, we just need to create an object. So I'm just going to come here inside this. I'm just going to say const data is going to be an object. This actual object, actually, this one, just going to cut it. I'm just going to cut this here, just like this. Const data is equal. Oh, we already have data this side. Okay, I'm just going to say token data. Token data is equal room ID. So we have the room ID. Use the actual Guinea user. So to get the actual Guinea user, we could actually also pass in the session here. So you could just get a clear session, and then here I'm just going to say session, session. To this one is going to be like session from next auth. In fact, or now something like this. Okay. So I think this point, I think it will not be venal. I'm just going to leave it like this session. So on this page, where is the page? This page here, we also get the session. So I'm just going to go ahead and say const session is equal to, by the way, what is this meeting? It was meeting page. Session, I will get session is equal to wait get. This one has to be async function. Get get server session, and let's pass in the all options. Let's get the server options, and I'm just going to say if there is no session, if no session, if someone tries to do this, I think this is supposed to be like in the dashboard or something. I think I will just create its own layout. We're just going to put it in its own layout just in a minute, just to have no any interrupted. So if there is no session, we'll just go. I don't need to check this actually. just in a second. I'm just going to first leave this one. I will just quickly move this in its own layout. So I'm just going to have, instead of this, inside the app, I'm just going to create another one called meeting, just like this. And then inside this meeting, I'm just going to move the meeting. So this meeting will be moved inside this. Okay. And since you can stop this server for this to work, let me just go ahead and stop. And you can restart again. Okay, so inside the meeting, I'm just also going to put the layout. So the way you see Flaunt has the layout like this. I'm just going to copy everything here, and I'm just going to go ahead and paste this in this, create the layout tsx, paste this. And it's going to just call this one meeting layout. Now that's what you see here in this session. This is why we actually need to control if no session, like the person who can decide to this should actually be logged in. So say redirect to the login. Okay, so now we might just actually not need this foot and the header, so I'm just going to remove all these ones. Maybe we might just create a custom footer for that, or even give it a nice background in the future. But for now, let's create it just like this. If there is no session, just coming to this, it will require you. So coming to this page, we might just not even need to check if there is no session, because already if you come to this meeting route, it will be asking you that. So this, we're just going to go ahead and just pass this to the meeting page. Meeting. So there is this meeting page. And you can see we need to pass in the room ID. So here, the room ID is actually the room ID. And then session is equal session. Now, because of this, okay, we can just say if no session. So you can just say here, if no session. We can just check one more time for the purposes of controlling it. You can say redirect. So if you just do this one more time, you see that this one goes, because we are like checking to again. That's why they are very sure this will be not null at any point. Okay, so just go ahead in this. We now have the session, and then from the session, we can actually get some of these things, the data. For instance, the username, it can be gotten from the session. So you can just come here and say user const user is equal to session dot user, just like this. And now from here, we can put the user's name. Okay, for instance, we can just say the username is going to be generated. For instance, if the role, so we can just also get the role here. Const role is equal to user dot role, just like this. And we can just like briefly visit our schema, and we can just look at the roles from the user. So the user roles are here. You can just copy them. So meaning like the patient has a role of this. I don't know, the patient, do we have Can you just like say something here before I just. I really want to go to the patients, just for a second to confirm the role of the patient, how we're getting it. I think I can the layout here. That is why we are getting like patients. I think they just have this, the user role. I'm just going to come here. Um, so the roles we have, um, these ones. So we have these three roles. So you could just come and just say, for instance, I wanted to const username. We can just get here const username. Username. You could just say we generate this. So if role is equal to doctor, okay. If the role is equal to doctor, then this the username is going to start with a doctor. I just want to have like doctor at least on it, and then we can just say doctor, and then we say dollar user dot user dot name. So I don't know if just like we use the full names now for the purposes of the interface. Let's actually split this to have only the first name. Just like this split on space and then like at 0. This will just give us the first name. And so here I'm just going to use Eris. And now since he has this one, I'm just going to say Eris. I think let's take outside, right? Yeah. And Eris, we have the patient's name, which we will also just go ahead and split. And you can just say user dot name dot split. And you can just like split with space, and we also take in this. Okay. So here we can just come and put the username just like this. Then the role, as you can see here, put a comma here. The role, we're just going to determine this one also. So if the role is, so we have two roles here. So if the role is equal to doctor, then give this. If this is true, then you just give it as a host. So host, just like this. Else, give it as a guest. So this is also like we just like programmatically giving them the powers here. Now we can just go ahead and create this by saying await create secure token. So we can say create. It was generate secure token, something like generate secure token. And this one takes in the token data. Token data. Now you can see here is refusing. We can just go to generate secure token. It has this token data, room ID, username, and this one. I'm just going to go ahead and go back. Just meeting page. Can I just say like this one's supposed to Just a second, go back. Can I export this? Export interface token data. So if I just go back to the whatever the meeting page, I could just like this one is or type this token data just like this, and then the username they're telling us that okay is, so you could just say it will be this username or just a string, just like this empty string. Of course, we are very sure this will not be empty because this person is going to be logged in. Okay, so I think now we are good. Now here they say the response. We get the response. Where we calling it the data. So this one is the data actually. So if data.token, let's set token to that token because this one at the end of the day is going to generate the token. And then you have the get token function, which is actually this one running. It gets a token, and then if token and not connected, set here they're saying haction.join. So the username, I think we have already the username, right? Yeah. So you're just going to go ahead and just say username. Uh, okay. And then here we have is connected. Then we have here video call room ID, video call interface goes here, and then this. Okay, so this seems to be right. So what next? Now that we have this one working, handle the security, make sure to use proper authentication resolution before they boost the API routes to access the meeting, test the flow, and that's it. It seems like we are at the end where we need to test this. Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. Just going to refresh the page and see if we don't have any weird errors. I may say this is one of the, I think they had part pull off, but we have moved so far that we are right now optimistic at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this. Okay, just select the date. Oh, anything is not working right now. Okay, okay, it's working. So just say go to this and just go ahead and put in some data. Just go ahead and put in some data here that is required. Okay. Okay. This is not a big deal. Okay. I'm just going to add all these necessary data. Okay. That's what is most important. Okay. So we have the error Objects are not valid as React child. Found object with kid, code, message, details. If you mean to render a collection of children, use an array instead. Okay, so where does this come from? So when you click on the submit, what happens? I'm just going to go to this. Let's look at also the console. These are for upload thing. Mm. So just go to doctors. Just go down here. These details. Because one thing that we're doing here is this. So you wonder how this one interrupted. Just say here, so invalid object error. Objects are not valid as React child. It would be that this problem coming from inspect console. Okay. An error object will reject this found key is this. If you mean to render collection of children, and this is about React DOM. Oh, the above error occurred in the not found error boundary component. What do they mean? Like this was found in not. Uh, mm, okay, so the easiest way to first actually understand this is to know if this is one causing the problem. I'm just going to go ahead and actually first stop these two lines. So I'm just going to go ahead because these are the only two lines we added here. So I'm just going to do this. I think up here, just like this. These ones leave them from the room data. So up to here, let me comment those ones and let me try one more time. Refresh. So we just need to know where the actual problem is before we jump into conclusions. So just go here, 5, set. Why am I not having the details? Okay, I'll just go ahead and refresh first of all. Okay, so we have the details, some random phone number. Okay, so let me just like add in some details. Yeah, just get something to add here. Okay. I think I just need to copy this URL. I will just use it as a default. I don't want to be uploading this all the time. And I just like copy this. Yes, I don't know if that's the URL or something. Okay. Let me first get this. I just want to use it for testing purposes. Like instead of be doing this all the time, uploading as we're just testing, just going to come here to the medical docs or something. So since this is an array, I'm just going to say alternatively this. Okay. Nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and complete. Oh, so right now it is actually created. Okay. Great. Okay. Let's just go back and create another one to this point. Now, so that means this thing here, create a room, is one which has a problem. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and I comment this. I wonder how it actually creates, suppose create like a server problem, because create a room, it accesses this and fails to access from this endpoint. Okay. If response dot okay. I don't know why it is doing that, but let's just try. I'm just going to say here console.log. room name. I'm just going to also go ahead and just say console.log room data. Okay, let's just go ahead back to this. Okay, to understand our problem. So we know that that one is going to cause the problem. Let me refresh one more time. So we already have something, a future version of React will block JavaScript URLs as security precaution and event handlers instead. If you can, if you need to generate a safe HTML, and one like where this one is coming from right now, just do this. Okay, let's go ahead and complete. Okay, so we get this. What happens on this? And you know what? So here they're saying that HMS intersection observer wrapper intersection observer is not supported. Fallback will be used instead. HR resize observer is not supported. Warning: a future version of React will block ABC URLs as a security precaution used. So all these errors actually they are coming from the layout. Okay, you can see here the providers. I don't know if this is just because the provider is at the server side or the client side. I'm not so sure. Okay, the first appointment was created. Let's just go down. This was the one that went through. Okay. So we have this problem right now. I will copy it and see. Um, okay, there is also something like this. You can see actually doctor, and their meeting appointment. And there is this code 401 token validation error details. Token contains an invalid number of segments. Okay, that one is more useful. We can start from there actually. So when we go to the API, there is actually talking about that somewhere. 401, I guess. Yeah, it's saying no valid API management token provided. Okay. And here they say errors. Code 401. Token validation error. Details not found. Something. Now, API responses with 4 and 5 HTTP codes indicate that the request failed. The response body will contain the error message that will help resolve the error and respond and resend the request. Okay, we have it. I'm just going to maybe throw it in ChatGPT. I'm just going to copy this and go and just say that when I hit the create room endpoint, I get this error. Okay, I get this error. And here, let's go ahead and give it create a room. I think it must be doing something with the template ID. We provided template instead of template ID, something like that. It must be like this. I'm just going to copy this. And I'm just going to hit, and here is my server action for creating the room. Could I used to say, yeah, could the problem be that we use template key instead of template ID? Just like this. Yeah, the error that the token contains a invalid segment of this one suggests that the issue is in how we are passing the solution token. The bearer thing. The secret. The secret is not the token required for the authorization when making the API request to this one. Instead, you should be generating a valid JWT for the request. Here is how to fix it. Instead of passing the secret directory, use the correct template ID instead of template if applicable. Okay, fix the authorization. Okay, so here we have JWT, secret, and this one, they remain. Now token.sign, type management. This is important. Let's first see here. This is if I just it's just like generating the it's just oh, within the room. So we also have these ones. Okay, okay. So I'm just going to move these ones, I believe, outside. So I'm just going to cut these. We're just going to put them here outside so they can be global. Okay. Let's continue. So is it doing, but this is create a room and it's saying return a room now. Okay. Let's try to follow. Just put this, if not secret or API key. And now it's generating this. You need to use, do we need to really use that? Oh, okay. So it is a JWT token that we use. Okay, let's just see where this one is taking us. So we just generate the token. So here we actually pass in the token. I think that's it. The authorization is bearer token. Okay, and everything remains exactly the same. Okay, let's try right now. Now that we have made some changes, let's hope for the this refresh. Okay, try to create whichever date. Let's try. Okay, create. Okay, we still have the same problem. If we check, okay, so there's mean that the error has changed. Let's first see the previous error. So the previous error is saying that the token validation error token contains invalid segments. Okay. Now in this one, let's see. Is it the same error? Okay, 401, the token validation error details null GTI. So now it's almost the same, but just going to say that the error has changed to this. So the error now GTI suggests that the JWT generating is missing this claim, which is a unique identifier for the token, and it might require the GTI field for proper token validation. Let's update the JWT code and include the GTI. So here we just now import UUID. Of course, we have to, so just add it here. Can we just first remove this? We have to go ahead and just install the UUID. So install UUID. Can we just first say copy UUID and we see UUID npm. Okay, we have to install the types. That's why you always come to this page. So first, let's go and install this. Second, install the types. Okay. Okay, great. So we just continue with the implementation. So create this, the same thing. Okay, so here is putting type management and is including this JTI. Let's try and see. Uh, Jesus, do we have actually the same things? We have access key. We have some things which are different actually. Did I just like, oh, I'm thinking I'm in the wrong place. Just come here. So we have the access key. Okay. Just did just remove this only. So we are adding this JTI. Everything just remains the same. Okay. Let's just try one more time. Okay, just go here, refresh. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one more time. Okay. Okay, so we still have the same problem. What is here the error? Okay, so now at least we are getting somewhere. Okay, so you can see this now. Actually, if we just like see this whole error, but I think we are getting somewhere for sure. So now this is the error, just like this. Okay, so template. So the message is the template is the from template is invite. This means either the template ID you're passing does not exist or the parameter is incorrect. Do this. Check if you need to. Okay, so how do I get the template ID for starters? Here you can remove the template ID if you're not sure of the available templates. Is suggesting we remove it, but I think it's a required thing. Updated created room function without this. If you don't want to pass the template, here the updated function. I think if in the API you need to pass in this. Now the question is, where do we get this template ID? Can we just go to this is the template. Template ID is actually here. Okay, copy this and let's go ahead and pass in the template ID underscore ID and let's pass this. Now, what I don't know is from the API template, just need to make sure you have the correct thing here, template ID. Okay, just go ahead and create one more time. We are so close, I believe. Okay. Okay, let's just go ahead and create it just like this. Okay, create and yep. Oh, this is great. So we have it created and I'm right now at this point nervous. I simply want to go and see one thing. Appointment status is pending. I'm just going to quickly log out from this site and I go to log out. I want to go ahead and log in as a doctor right now. I just want to go, I think it's JB, this, okay, come on. Okay, so we have this right now, the appointment, 50 seconds. And you can see we have the meeting link. Okay, so what we need to do, I think, is that of course he has to approve this. The meeting link has to have the whole thing. Does it even matter? Okay, let's just do one thing, approve this and let's update. I'm just going to go ahead and log in as a patient. Do I even still remember the Oh boy, I'm just going to go to another browser. So you just go ahead and just use this one. Okay. And I will just go try to use the patient we created. Come on, in the Medinator. Oh, okay. So you see, I have here Wuko. You can see it, they are just the emails they are coming. So just Wuko at Medinator dot co. Is it medinator.com? I'm not so sure if that is the one. Okay. So this has been approved, and we have the Zoom. It doesn't matter. I just want to see this. Okay. So when you just do this, it due to this connecting to the room. Okay. We have an error. Server error. Now GTI. Okay, yes, let's go ahead and just check. I think in the let's go and see. Cannot read and seeing here type error. Let's continue. Okay. So we have this, the room is actually just within the room. So here is saying server error. If we just try to go to the console, okay. We have a lot of things going on here. Oh, this is context. What is that? Okay. So init service. So we have this. There is also the token. We are saying here HMS stop possible consistency detected. Room leave is called when no room is connected. Okay. I'm just going to pass some of these errors. So here there is this one. Okay, so on the meeting, so just go here and say so the room was successfully created. Okay, but on the meeting page, I have a server error in the just like this, something like this. Let's fix the JTI. Oh, I think the one on generate client token. Okay. We need also to update this JTI. Oh, okay. It is understandable now. So if you go back to this, actually, we had this generate secure token, which is also doing this. So we need also to pass in more things, role, type, indicating this is for the client side. JTA. So he has added in all these. Let's just go and put them and see. So after the role, so I think this one comes from those ones we don't need to worry about. We configured them. So type up JTI and then this one. Okay, let's just try one more time right now. Compiled. So we go back to this browser. I think we need to go back. It is to refresh the page. Okay, just going to say join meeting, connecting to the room. This time, no errors, nothing. Just like that. Mm, okay, I'm just going to this time we don't have anything. There is one thing consoled here 1 minute ago. I'm saying here wrapper intersection observer is not supported. Fallback will be used instead. Resize observer is not supported. What is the resize? Is it because of resizing or something? So right now, hit again. Right now is only showing. So let's just copy now this one. Okay, so here the now JTI is gone, but I have this. Okay, so the warnings you are seeing, such as these ones or these, are related to certain browser features that 100 users, like in the section on this one. These warnings typically appear when the browser or environment you're running is not support is does not support these features natively. These warnings don't usually cause the functional issues, provides a fallback for these cases. How to address this? Confirm the browser support, ensure that you're testing in a modern browser, ensure proper front-end execution. This one will appear if your code is non-browser environment, like during server-side rendering when running tests. If you're using this, just ensure that is only executed in the browser. Okay. You can condition and initialize the SDK on the client side by wrapping the code in the use effect. Ignore the warning. Okay, let's just go and see now this, because this is coming from the meeting. I'm also like trying to see if like, so we have this meeting thing. Use client is there, so this is running in the browser automatically. Okay, so because it's saying here if it's connected, then it shows this one, or if not, it's showing this. So definitely is not is connected. So I'm just going to I'm just going to try to log into a different browser actually to really confirm it is the not a browser issue. So what I will do is I'm just going to go ahead and log out from this doctor. Let's log out and let's log in as this was Wook or something. Okay. Let's just go to this appointment. Okay, so he's having also this connecting to the room. I'm just going to, and it's really like something here like 1 minute. Oh, okay, this is like 1 minute ago. I don't know if that is something. Let me just first give it back, like everything. This is how my page looks like. Okay. I'm just gonna say, is there anything I have missed? Okay, saying your meeting looks solid, but there are a few adjustments and best practice for the implement ensure Somoza function using this in your Next.js. Generate. Ensure that the generate is correctly handling by a potential error generating token. If something goes wrong, the page may not show the error and could harder to debug. So it has this function now. And you write the fixed code. It will be so much helpful. Okay. Just seeing. Mm, okay, I'm just going to go here and see, place it to this one. We have one here now. Log enable verbose logging. Uh, uh, just getting this. I'm just going to try to import this. It is nowhere. Uh, just was try to put it here. It is. It doesn't seem like to be coming from there. This one can just like take it off. I think like everything just remain the way it was, because yeah, the token data that originate the token, see the token, retrieve the token. If type of window is, you can find get token. Then join room. If token and type of window is not defined, then you just run the join room. And then we have this. Okay, we're just going to go back here and generating token and preparing the room. Where is that? Oh, this one. Just refresh. Failed to retrieve the token. That is the thing that has come. Token generation failed. Okay. Okay. So now we have the actually a good error. So you can see we are capturing this fade this one actually. If data.token, this was what is coming back here. Okay, so can we just look at this? This side we don't have much. So I'm just going to go to generate token first of all, and let me first go ahead and console.log data to know that this endpoint is being hit very nicely. So you can see console.log data. Okay, maybe these things we added here, these ones, I don't know. Okay, and if there is a token, so here after doing like the JWT is there is no any await. So let me just give it here. Token generation failed, and I think this is the one. So I'm just going to give it this is just going to say okay. Here is my token generation server action. But before that, we're just going to give it this error here. So this error failed to I'm getting this. So let's say it seems the problem is still with generating the token. Here is the client side error, the client side error. Okay. So the error suggests that there might be an issue on how the token is being generated. And specifically, it could be related to either JWT library, secure, blah, blah. Let's go through the potential issues. Refactor the generate function to ensure everything works. Refactored generate secure token. So we have this, and we have that. Okay, we get this, the data checked missing, so that one means like these ones are okay. Now we have token payload for validity type up. So token is the data set taken with secret plus the algorithm for debugging. Okay. Just copy this. Okay, ensure appropriate defined in the env. Double check the structure of the payload. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just reput this one. So we have this generate secure token. We get this from the data. And then you have this GTI access room ID, user ID, okay, the user's name or ID. Okay, generate this for debugging. Okay, I don't know where we have a problem with this. I'm just going to go one more time, refresh the page. So let's go back to back here and refresh. We still have this meeting link. Click it. So, and the problem is that let's scroll down. I might just have actually some errors. Okay. Error during token generation. Bad options expires in option. The already has an expire property. So okay, this is so good. I just go here and pass it in. We have this error. Okay. Okay. So how to fix it? Option one, use the expiring period if you want to manage the expiration. Option two, use expiration option if you want to use. I'll go with option two since it's simpler. Okay. Um, just going to let's go ahead and again put this. Okay, I believe that is the only problem right now. Uh, Let me just check. Let's hope that is the only problem. Let's go and try to replace this function. So right now, I think the problem is that we are setting the expiry date and it is also here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have the room. Then we just go down here. So you can see here we remove the expiry date and then we just leave it in here. Okay, let's go and try one more time. Go back, refresh. Okay, and just go and join the meeting, connecting to the room. Okay, something is happening, guys. Allow I page, and I can't see my screen is writing right now. Okay, the camera is on, and you can see video call room is this one. Okay, that's nice. And the generated token is here. Okay, so this is good. I'm happy. Okay, so let's go to the meeting ID. Go back here, this meeting page. So let's do what we're doing here. Oh, so we are doing this. So we have video call interface. So where do I get this now? So I'm just going to say that it has worked, but then where do I get the video call interface component to implement these? You need to use the React SDK library, provide step by install the live React. We already have that. Use the video and complete the meeting page now. Oh, this is why you just use the peers and this. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, let's just update this and see. So I'm just going to copy meeting page. Let's get it updated. So right now we have one error one more time. HS video. Can I just go and see where they have this video? Video grid. Okay. But it is something actually, if you think about it. That is what they gave us. If you just go here, I think it was on this somewhere in the React. This is where they had this. Like join room, they had leave. They had this fetching information from state. Uh, Conference peers. That is why they have this. I'm not so sure if that is the one. There is video rave. Mm, the video SDK. We are so close. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Peer conference. Here they're using like this peer thing. For from peer, they have also something for this component called peer. Let's see if we can get this component. Fetching information from state, we can get the list of peers. It's like adding the video tiles. Let us see. So we just list the peers connected to the ROM. So at any point, we can get a list of peers. Um, just going to copy this. Okay, so here I just hit the limit. I found this. I don't know if you can just like be helpful. Yes, you can fetch information about the peers in the ROM. We're still using the HMS video. You don't know peers.map, then like HMS peer. If you try to put this, you cannot find this. They don't have it from the React SDK. I'm just going to tell them like show it like this. Okay, it looks like does not have this, and instead it should video and very direct to manipulate the HTML. Uh, okay. Oh, is it actually? Let me see. Oh, element type by expected string. Okay, just go back here. What has it used now? It has used the video. Button leave the screen. Okay, let's just try this one. Seems like a better option. Here we have two errors. Dot attach, and this one we have the dot attach. Okay, let's just try to see if it shows something on the screen anyways. And connecting the room dot attach. We are so close. I'm just going to go and get this one. Hmm. For each pair, we render a video element and a div element with the name. So they have used video here. I'm just going to give it this one. I'm just going to say I have also found this. I have also found this in the docs. Okay, so updated. Okay, so he's saying that, yeah, let's create a peer component. Copy this. Just going to create in this. Let's create a peer. Do tsx. Okay. This a use client for now. And then let's see the meeting page was updated. Meeting page component will use the peer component to run each peer's video. Styling. Okay, we might just need to style that. Update this. We still have two errors. Okay, they are gone. For styles, can I put the styles in the global CSA somewhere down? Okay. We have health going on here. Let's go back to the meeting page. Meeting page. So far, actually, it doesn't show like there is any errors. And let's go. Oh, okay, okay. This is nice. Okay, okay. This is nice. I think like, there are so many people we kept on joining, but this is really looking great. Okay, I'm just going to go back just one more time, refresh the page, and then just go and join the meeting. Just like here like this, connecting the room and pop. Okay, this is really nice. Okay. Um, okay, so they are all gone. Now we have this one. You can even move the room. So that means that in our next episode, um, what I'm just going to do is I have to design it to look like this. Yeah. In fact, we could just like have screenshotted this. Can I have this as an image? Oh, save. Yeah. Okay. Can I just do this? Snipping tool. Can I just snip this? I'm just going to do something like this. Okay. And you can just see here, we're just going to say, can you design the UI to look like this? You design the UI for peers to look like this. Okay, you reached the limit. Okay, I think now we're just going to have to I'm just going to at this point I think use I can just use cloud. Okay, I'm just going to give cloud this. I think to understand my context, let me just go to cloud. Okay, I don't know if I should start a new thing. It has also its own thing here. Actually, we have the same things here. I'm just going to tell it here. I have my meeting page component like this. Okay. And I'm just going to go down here, and here is my peer component. Just going to go down. Let's get our peer component. Here's my peer component, just like this. Okay, so I just say I will just go down here. Okay, can you design the meeting? I'm just going to say, can you design the meeting page so that it looks like this? I'm just going to go ahead and put the image, this image. Okay, let's just see what cloud can do. Okay. So redesigning the meeting page, hoping that it is not going to take away some of the things we have already. So I'm just going to go ahead and just like Control C, Control V to create a copy of this so that it doesn't actually kill it. So we have the peer component, and with now more styles. I don't know why they can't they use like use Tailwind for styling. For now, let's first get it working before we complain. I'm just going to go and update. Can I get the styles? Okay, so we have these ones. I'm just going to go ahead and take off those ones, and let's paste these ones. Okay, great. This is the peer component, so just copy this. Let's go and put it in the peer peer.tsx. Let's update it to this. Okay, and let's go ahead and update. Also update the meeting UI. This one. This. Okay, seems like there is no errors. Let's go back. We see this. Okay, tried. Oh, actually it was updating. Connecting to the room. Let's just wait and see. Okay, the background is black and the icons look nice. This is nice. Yeah. So the doctor, if we had another browser, the doctor could just go ahead and also join in here. The only thing like these messages to mark them work. I don't know if these ones really work. These icons, let's see. Yeah, actually they work. If he leaves the room, yeah, it leaves and then like goes, comes back. Like, oh, I think we should just like leave the room and navigate. You can see here, since we are in the use client, we can define a router here. So you can just say const router is equal use router from next navigation. Okay. And um, we can just come here on the leave. And we can just navigate router dot push. And for now, just like push to the dashboard. Okay. I don't know if we have the logic handling that if you just go to the dashboard. Yeah. So we can just go back here, connect on this leave. So that was really nice. I don't know how do you deactivate this. I think is I have to stop the camera here. You're using the camera around this camera off. Okay. Uh, this reload. This was really nice and fun. Oh my goodness, this was really nice. So finally, we have it working. So we just have like I think a couple of things to change. Here where we have like Zoom, we just like need to change here, but this everything just remains. Join meeting remains. This provider doesn't matter, but yeah. Um, I think that was really fun to work on. I just need to do like more customization and changing like I think the UI, but right now this is really great. I think it has been like I don't know how many hours we took this. Oh, it is like about 2 3 hours. Okay. Um, I can change this join a meeting. We don't need to show like here the Zoom, and then you also have to update like in the doctor side. Okay, we don't need to show some things on the doctor's side. So for instance here, I'm just going to log out here. Let's quickly join in, log in as a doctor. So I'm just going to say here JB, and let me just go here. Okay, so I'm just going to go to this appointment. So you can see, for instance, this meeting link now is actually not necessary. And then also the doctor, we have to put for him a button to join. So instead, this one is going to be join the meeting, maybe actually. And then also the provider, these meeting providers, we actually don't need this. We don't need to show the meeting provider. So I'm just going to go to this. This is dashboard doctor appointments view. So in the doctor appointments view ID page. Okay, so there's some things we just need to remove. Um, Down here there is this update appointment. This is the place where we need to change some things. We have the meeting providers. So where we have the update. Okay, I'm just going to first as I was saying this one is going to be join meeting. Uh, Join meeting. So this is the button saying the meeting. So this one becomes join. Okay. So this one should be the button for join here. So we have the meeting link. So instead of this button, I'm just going to convert it into a link, which should be easy. The only thing we just have to do is he has to approve Okay, so you need just to put like another block here. I'm just going to see here. Does he need also to approve the meeting? Not so sure. If there is a need for a doctor to actually disapprove a meeting when most especially the user has paid. Okay, let's just like I don't think this option really. So this form just going to leave it there. Instead, let me just leave it the way it was. Update the appointment. So instead, I'm just going to copy these two things. These ones. Just like this. Control C. And let's go back to this. So I'm just going to just go ahead and do this. So instead of putting this one, I'm just going to go ahead and put this. Okay, first one of this disabled. I'm just going to replace this with a link, just like this, which is going to be like join meeting, and then just like this. From next link, just put href, which is going to be appointment dot meeting link. Okay, and this one is going to be maybe here just put like meeting, join meeting or something. Just create an appointment. Okay, I'm just going to see what we have right now. Okay, so you can see this one changes to this one. Let's give this one a bit of padding. px, more especially px of like 8. Okay, so appointment, join meeting. For now, we're just going to make the UI maybe much better than this. But this join meeting, okay, button. This one should also work because it's also taking the same link. Let's see what. Connect. Okay, so you can see here doctor. Okay, which is just like nice. I disabled my camera. I have to do that. Like I have to go in the settings now. Turn on the camera. Reload. The camera gets to work. Okay, so you can see like the doctor here is here, and this is Miranda. So like this really works properly. I think even if we click here now, it will. But okay, great. So I think that we have executed, and I'm really, really, really happy with what we have done. This was really good. The join meeting, the meeting link is generated. Okay, and then it is saved for both of them to actually do this. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this episode. I'm just going to catch up in the next one.